and welcome to the Crazy Sock Lady YouTube channel. My name is Kay and this is my channel where I share all about my making adventures. Today, this is episode 216 and I have knitting and some crochet to share with you today. I have no finished objects, none at all. I don't remember the last time that has happened. I feel like it's been a while since I've not had like a finished pair of socks to show you, but I've got none today. Just works in progress, some mail, looking around to see what there's quite a few things. All the yarn arrived on the same day pretty much. It was craziness. We'll talk about that in a bit. But yes, you can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as The Crazy Sock Lady, and I will have links right down below this video to everywhere that you can find me, as well as links to project pages for everything that I'm going to show you. Any shops that I talk about will be linked below. All that's always right there in the description box for you. Today is Thursday, February, thinks I'm talking to it. Thursday, February 8th. It is 8:18 a.m. It is getting light out earlier in the morning and I'm here for it. I'm very excited about it. I love all the seasons and I always get excited when like winter starts to you have some snow and then you start seeing changes that say a new season is coming and I'm like, okay, it's getting bright out earlier. That means spring will be here eventually before we know it. We've been having some warmer weather here and it's made me really excited. I got to have the windows down in my truck yesterday and I was like, oh, I can't wait for warmer weather. So yes, I've reached that point because it does not seem like we are going to have any more snow here in Ohio. All right, anyways, enough about the weather. What else do I have here? I think I've went over all the things. And since I have no finished objects, we can just start talking about works in progress. I've got my coffee this morning. I hope you guys have got your coffee. You've got something to work on. I love coming here every week and it's just like sitting down and catching some friends up on what I'm working on over a cup of coffee. It just makes my Thursday. I love it. Let's have a little sip before I get going. All right, so, somebody may ask where this is from. I will link the Etsy shop down below. I went on a little shopping spree for some knitting crew necks and I did order some t-shirts too, because like I said, I've been thinking about warmer weather coming. But yes, I will link the Etsy shop for this down below. I just searched knitting crew necks and then knitting t-shirts when I bought the t-shirts. I'm sure you guys will be seeing all of those. All right, so I have 4 works in progress. This first one are socks for my husband, Eric. I think I just showed the yarn last time. These were not started. This is in a bag that I bought years ago. I've not been able to locate the shop, so I don't think they are open any longer. It is a Doctor Who bag. I think I bought this when we lived in North Carolina, so gosh, it's been quite a while. This is the mustache yarn, the Doctor colorway. And I am trying to get these done by Saturday. Saturday is our wedding anniversary and I really want to gift these to him for that. I have one done. I decided to do black for the heel. So this is a Doctor Who colorway. There is 14 stripes in the repeat and it is 1 stripe per Doctor. I will try to remember to put a screenshot of, on the listing on Mustache Yarn, she has what stripe is what Doctor. So I will try to remember to put a screenshot of that on my Ravelry project page. If you're interested, I know I've had a few people ask. I can't remember. Oh, nope, I remember. The stripe repeat, focus there, there we go, starts with this gray here. So that's the first Doctor, second, and so forth. It goes down. And then that one is the 13th, right? Because there's 14, but one is the War Doctor, and Jodie Whittaker was the 13th. I don't know if that's right without looking at the thing, but anyways, it doesn't really matter. But yes, so I did knit 2 purl 2 ribbing for the cuff, 20 rounds, 50 round leg, just following my vanilla socks pattern. The black that I used is just Knit Picks Stroll in black. The second sock, I've gotten pretty far on. You can see my markers there. That's how many more I have to go. If you're curious about my markers, I do have a tutorial on my tutorial playlist here on YouTube showing how and why I use all of those. But I am just knitting these on Magic Loop US 1 2.25 millimeter needle. Same details for this sock and the next sock that I'm going to show you as far as that goes. But yeah, I think I can have these done. We'll see. We will see how it goes. So the stripe repeat, I will say it did not start with the first doctor, and I was kind of bummed about that because I had it in my head that when I started them it would start with the first doctor and work its way down. It didn't, and I would have had to have wound off, where did I say the first one started? There. I would have had to have wound off all of that to there. And I don't know, I feel like I might have still had enough. That's what I have left after the first sock of the half of the skein. They're already split into 50 grams. So I think I might have been okay, but I just didn't feel like winding it off. But yeah, I was kind of bummed. I had in my head it would start with the first doctor, but that's okay. It still looks great. Eric will not care. But yeah, that's the first work in progress. And this will be getting, oh gosh, all of my attention when it comes to socks anyways over the next little bit here. Go ahead and tuck that back in the bag. Because it's Thursday. I would like to actually have these done tomorrow so that I'm not like scrambling on Saturday, but we'll see if I can finish them up tomorrow. Maybe. All right. Next sock in a bag from Mountain State Stitches. You guys saw these last week. I don't remember where I was on them, but I have one done. This is Deep Stash Maker's Haven in the I Loved You Then, I Love You Now colorway. And I'm doing these Magic Loop as well. Same thing, I have one sock done. Such a pretty colorway. It is sparkly. It has some stellina in there. The second sock, I'm not sure if I'm quite ready for the heel. 10, 20, 30, no. Because for these I did 20 rounds knit 2 purl 2 for the cuff, and then I did a 60 round leg. These are a gift as well. So here's where I am on the second sock. And I will say I'm itching to cast on some new socks, but I'm gonna finish these up first. I have some socks, some yarn over there that I would like to knit socks for both of my nieces. And all this yarn you're gonna see that came in the mail. I'll talk about that in a bit, but I would like to knit socks for both of my nieces out of one of the skeins. So I've got a lot to do this month for sure. All right, what should we talk about next? Let's talk about Wyatt's sweater. So I will put the pattern, photo, name, all of that on the screen like I've been doing. And I'm still on the first sleeve, but I'm making good progress. The yarn I'm using is Knit Picks Swish Worsted in Pinecone Heather. Very pretty brown. And I'm getting close to being done with the end of, or close to the end of the first sleeve. Goodness, need more coffee. And I had my progress keeper, I moved it here last week, so that's about where I was last week, I think. I'm pretty sure that's what I did. And the sleeve is very big. It has all the, is there what it's called in here? Like the sleeve cap. You're shaping the sleeve cap. All the things with the top of the sleeve. So it seems very long, but it is like all the areas up in here, I think. I haven't looked ahead, but it's pretty big. It's working up so pretty in this yarn. You can see I I'm doing decreases here now, working on that shaping and loving it. I've done a lot since last week's episode. It's been fun. I've still been doing one pattern repeat, like chart repeat, which I can't remember how many rows it is off the top of my head, but I've been doing one chart repeat a day at least. Some days I do two, but usually just one. And this yarn has, I think it has great stitch definition. It looks really, really nice. And once this is blocked out, those cables are really gonna pop. I don't think there's really much else to say about this. I'm using Chalgu needles. Those are my usual needles that I use for most projects. These are my interchangeable set. And I'm just using the needle sizes recommended in the pattern. My progress keeper there is from Twin Mountain Handcrafts. It is a pot of coffee. And I thought that was just very fitting for this pattern because I definitely tried to do it when I'm well caffeinated. It is not hard. I do not mean that it is hard. It is just that I really have to pay attention to it for the cables to make sure I'm not missing something or doing something incorrectly. So I try to make sure I've had my coffee. Last work in progress, it's gonna be a pretty quick episode today, is my granny stripe blanket. This is my crochet blanket in a bag by Fat Squirrel. And I finished the magic knot ball that I was working on last episode. So that one is done. And I started on another one. So I had them all in my Ziploc bag that I showed last week. And I had Eric pick which one I should do next because I couldn't decide. Of course, he picked the largest one. It was, let me see. I have a little notebook. I'm keeping track of how many grams each ball is and all of that. So the one that he picked was 212.80 grams. Here it is now. This is the one that I pulled out of my Cozy Memories bag last week that I had been adding leftovers from my Cozy Memories blanket to. So this is where that one came from. I've made a lot of progress on this since you last saw it. Where's my marker? Do you see it there? I don't know if you can see it. Yep, I think you can. It's right there. I've done all that since February 1st, which was when the last episode was. So it is getting bigger. It's slow going. I'm a pretty quick crocheter, but one row takes me about 18 minutes on this. Just how wide it is and then how fine the yarn is, because this is just fingering weight, not holding it double or anything. It is just fingering weight. The very tiny crochet hook, if I can find it here. I'm using a 2.5 millimeter. These are Tulip Atimo crochet hooks. So yeah, it's taking a while. And this is just a magic knot ball. I have a tutorial on YouTube for how you can do the magic knot. And what else? I changed 300 to start the blanket. And I do have a tutorial linked. It's not my tutorial, but it is a tutorial for how to do a granny stripe blanket, linked on my Ravelry project page. I didn't follow a specific pattern for it, but that is the tutorial. I already knew the basis of how to do a granny stripe, but that's the tutorial that I watched to get like a refresher on how to start and finish the rows because I couldn't remember. You can kind of see that I changed colors in this magic knot ball a lot more often than the magic knot ball in like the center, and I feel like even down at the bottom too. I don't know, but yeah, the colors are changing much more often in this one, but I think it looks so fun. The scrappier the better for projects. I just love scrappy projects. They They make me very happy. I think that's it for works in progress. Goodness. It's so weird that I don't have any finished objects today. All right, let's get the blanket put up. Now for the mail. It was funny. So I have my Homespun House Patreon minis, Yarnable, Christmassy Freckled Whimsy Club, and row 1. So there's gonna be a lot of spoilers here. I will say what I'm showing before I show it. If you've not received yours and you don't want it to be spoiled, you can choose to look away before I show it. But the Homespun House Patreon minis came, I actually feel like I had them last time and I forgot to show them. So they came at the end of January. They are from December. And everything else came on the same day, last Saturday. The same day. Everybody was home. Everybody saw me opening all the yarn. Not that my husband really cares, but it was just funny. I was like, really? This all comes the same day? And when everyone's home, to be like, Mom got more yarn. But okay, so let's start with the Homespun House Patreon minis. These are from December of 2023. And I received them, I'm pretty sure it was the end of January. So if you haven't received these, you don't want to see them, you can look away. Very, very pretty. I've been adding these to my DK weight jelly roll that I'm holding fingering weight double for, but I didn't add the ones I received before this, and I don't know that I'm going to add these either. I might set them aside to use for I don't know what, but I think I will put them aside over there for something else. Okay, let's do row 1. Let's stick with minis for a minute. So row 1 is a yarn subscription service, and I will link them down below. I do have a coupon code where you can get, I think it's 20% off your first month, and that'll be listed down below as well. And it's a different yarn dyer each month. I'll show you here in just a second how they look, but they come in this bag. Let me open it up. So if you've not received these, you can look away. But the yarn dyer for this month is Passion Yarns. I will not take them out of the bag. They always come with a little thing that has a piece of paper that tells about the yarn dyer for the month. There's always a sweet treat in there, a progress keeper. I've already taken all of that out, but here is the minis. I love how row 1 does it. I've been getting these for so long, and it's so nice that they're already ready to go. You do not have to wind these up. You can work directly from these, and they're all labeled with the yarn dyer and the colorway name. Can you see that there? It's upside down, but you get the idea. It just makes it nice. So you could toss all these in a big bag or basket and know that down the road when you pull that out, if you love the colorway, you have all the information right there on the mini, and that they're ready to work with. It is a game changer because winding yarn is one of my least favorite things to do. So those will be added into my DK weight jelly roll. I'm trying to work those into that blanket the month I receive them. The blanket is so close to being done. So I really need to decide what I'm going to do with these minis once that blanket is done. Cannot make up my mind what I'm going to do. All right, the next thing is my Freckled Whimsy Christmassy Yarn Club. This is the February, so this month's February 2024 colorway for the Christmassy Yarn Club. So if you've not received that, you can look away. I won't say the colorway name. I will just show it on the screen. It is beautiful. I love those colors. I get the fingering weight with the mini skein, so a sock set. Can you see the color name there? I'm not sure. I think there's a little bit of a glare, but I'll definitely be talking about this more when I knit them up because this is something else I'm trying to use within the month I receive it. And I'll be doing my heel toe do-si-do pattern for that like I've done for the past 2 months. Last thing is Yarnable, and oh man, It's a good one. So Yarnable is a yarn subscription service. There are different options, but I get 1 skein of fingering weight with mine, and there's always little extras that you get. I will have a link for them. I'll link all the shops, but I'll have a link for Yarnable down below with a coupon code that'll get you $5 off of your first box of Yarnable. And they are not always open to new subscribers. So if you go and they are not open, there's an option to put your email address in, and they will send you an email when spots become available. So Yarnable for February, oh, I hate to I'm going to talk about it because there's all these extra little things. So I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to show it. If you haven't received it yet, don't want it to be spoiled. Skip ahead a little bit. So the February theme is Love is Love. And our extras for this month, let's see which the first one here. It is a mini pouch by Quotable in one of 2 styles. So I'm guessing that means there is another one aside from what I received. And I think it's adorable. It says, "There is beauty in being kind." Walt Whitman. And it's just a cute little zipper pouch. Adorable. I don't know. It says you could use it for, your knitting stuff. Of course you can, but I'm not sure if I'll do that, or maybe I'll put it in my purse with some stuff in it, some change, or I'm not really sure, but love their extras as always. The next thing is a passion fruit punch tea by Tea Pop. I've never tried anything like this. I'm not a huge tea drinker. I've tried over the years to get into drinking tea, but I'm just not a tea drinker unless it's my coffee. I don't really want a warm drink, but passion fruit tea sounds kind of good. I guess I should say I'm not a hot tea drinker. I do like cold tea. All right, the last extra, and I am looking down because there is a card that comes with the box. And I didn't say it always has a thing you can scan to learn more about everything from the box. And there's also a scratch off discount code, good for Hypnotic Yarn, who is the wonderful person behind this amazing box, and it is good for Hypnotic Yarn in the month that you receive the box. So our last extra is a lotion bar. It says this Goddess of Love lotion bar by Anna Soaps. It's in a nice plastic container. Who doesn't need lotion bars, especially in the winter? And finally, the yarn. This one is for sure going to be socks, probably for both of my nieces. It's beautiful. So it is Love is Love. I get their fingering weight plush sock base, which is an 85% superwash merino, 15% nylon. And I just noticed that they have February 2024 on there. Did they always do that before? And I've never noticed it. Did it always have the month on there? I don't know, but if this is new, I like it. If I've never noticed it, I'm obviously not very observant about things. There's the label. Yeah, see how it says February 2024? Was that always on there? And I've just never noticed, but look how pretty this is. For sure gonna be socks for my nieces. So pretty. So that is the Yarnable box. That's all the mail. All of it. All right, so what else do we have? That's pretty much all the knitting. Reading and watching. I've still been reading Freida McFadden books, just going through all of them. A follower sent me on Instagram. I did not follow Freida McFadden on Instagram. I do now, but she sent me a photo. I will put it up here, and it's Freida McFadden posted this, and it's all of her books. So this is what I've done. You can see the little X's. Those are all the books that I've read since I started reading her books. When did I read the first one? November or December? I think. I can't remember. But yes, I'm working through them. I just finished reading Brain Damage, and I'm now reading The Teacher, which actually just came out on February 6th, I think. So this is her newest book. It was also on Kindle Unlimited. I was very excited about that. So I was able to get it right away and start it as soon as I finished Brain Damage. And that's all I've been reading is that. I read it on the treadmill, a little bit during the day sometimes if I don't have any like podcast to watch or anything and I'm knitting, and then I read it a little bit before bed. We did finish season 2 of Alone, and then we started watching this show on Peacock called Cowboy Way Alabama. It's about these 3 cowboys. It's like a reality TV show. 3 cowboys that live in Alabama. I think it started in like 2016, and we're still in the first season, I think. I don't think we finished the first season of that. I can't remember. It's just like an easy watch. We love that type of stuff. Cowboy, rodeo, all that kind of thing. So we've really enjoyed watching that. It's an easy watch in between shows, kind of. So that is what we are watching currently. I think that's kind of all that I have for today. I don't think there's really anything else. Some of you have noticed, you don't miss anything. When I've posted my coffee on Instagram, you guys are like, is there creamer in that? I've been drinking creamer in my coffee again. I don't know what made the switch, like made me want to make the switch, but I just wanted creamer. I've been using Nut Pods, French vanilla, unsweetened, and it is so good. I can't get enough of it. It's made me enjoy my cup of coffee even more than normal. And a lot of you, I posted this on Instagram, loved this mug. I'll link the Etsy shop down below that I found this at, Elder Emo. My sister and I were big emo music fans. I mean, we still love it, but back in, my gosh, back in the day. Aging myself a little bit. But anyways, we have been to quite a few concerts, and we've seen t-shirts and things where people our age or older even, I guess, will be wearing shirts that say Elder Emo, and we always think they're so cute. So I ordered Cassie and I mugs. Hers is over there on the bed. We're hoping to see them soon. So I figured I'd just hold on to it to gift to her, but I love it. And so many of you, and I posted this on Instagram, loved it too. It makes me laugh. And I've been using it almost every day since I got it. But okay, I think that's kind of it. That's all I got. I hope that you guys enjoyed this little catch up. Let me know what you're working on down below. What projects can you not put down right now? Do you have one? Mine is definitely my granny stripe. Since I picked it back up, it's like I love all my scrappy blankets, but when they get put in the basket out there, the basket where things go when they don't get worked on, I forget how much I love the process of working on them. And then I pull them back out and I get totally obsessed with them again. And that is what has happened. I am so excited to pick that up and work on it every day. I can't wait to get it caught up. It's obviously going to take a little while. I don't know that I'll have it completely caught up as far as all those magic knot balls added in by the end of this month. We'll see if I can do it. But yeah, let me know below what you are working on that you can't put down. And I will see you guys again next week. Until then, happy knitting. Bye.